do deeper discussions and we'll do a bit of yoga. So, as we know, how do we start? We start by. So, we'll not go through Sukshma Kriyas this time. Though I believe people are practicing that you start with your toes to your waist and you start your fingertips to your shoulders and the neck. But we'll not avoid Naman Mudra. Naman Mudra is one very important thing. So slowly breathing. We'll do Naman Mudra left and right this time. Breathing out, down, the left. Breathe out. To your right. Breathe out. We'll do Omkar to Omkar. We'll have a small discussion on couple of mudras. You know, mudra is basically your mudras of your palm, and interestingly, they can have impact on your health and stability. So most of us, like most of the time, we are using this Padmasana, the ideal Padmasana. This also is part of petals. This, then these two parts. This. So all these together they become into a lotus. So this is the most standard Padmasana. Now in this there are variations that you do this pinch kind of thing. Your thumb is touching your tip of finger, and your hand stretched straight. This is Jnana Mudra. Okay. All of us here, I believe, have a quest of knowledge, and Jnana Mudra is very good for it. If you believe you lack will and you need more will, you can add pressure between these 2 points and modify the Jnana Mudra to generate the additional will, to increase willpower, to increase determination. And once you decide that and you know why you are doing it, will definitely have impact on your level of determination. Okay, now in this season, most people here they get cold problems, sneezing, etc. So our Ujjayi, Vastra Ujjayi, these exercises will definitely help. But there is a Brahmara Mudra which actually helps for that. So I believe you can see my palm. My index finger is touching a point between my base of my thumb, and my thumb is touching the middle finger's tip. I believe you can see this. Okay, so this is a mudra for allergies, sneezing, rashes. This acts like an antihistaminic. So if you have any difficulty, let me know if you have not understood this. But this is pretty simple. That this finger at the base of your thumb and your thumb, tip of thumb touching tip of your middle finger. Okay, it may pain a bit, but then that is okay. You can sustain, like you can manage a little bit of pain. Okay, so we'll start with Omkar now. I believe people now have good posture, but you can anyway correct it by stretching as much as possible. Stretch up, stretch your spine, and then get your hands down. Breathe out. Shanti. Finite space around you. Pitch dark. Light diya is lighted at the center of your chest. Base of your Anahat chakra. And you see the whole shape of your body lighted. Think of the light of diya, the golden yellowish glow has filled uniformly in the whole space of your temple. Should be able to clearly imagine this temple of the size of you sitting in Padmasana. Whether you are actually sitting in Padmasana or not, this imagination, you are in Padmasana. So infinite space, dark outside, at distance, above you, below you, right, left, front, back, everywhere. There are stars and galaxies. You need to see it, the 3D scenario. It is not only at your level, but it's above and below also. You are right there at center of the universe. The glow within. You hear distinct hum coming from all of our kind of nag. Take your focus a few meters away from your body. And now you are viewing it completely detached from the body. But you are looking at this temple glowing with golden light, the shape of Padmasana, in this vast universe filled with darkness. You see this shape, darkness, and maybe some distant stars. And hear the gunjan of Omkar. Take the focus back within. Merge your focus with yourself. Breathe out. To Kapalbhati with Surya Nadi first, Chandra Nadi then. Close again. Repeat. Close your left nostril. Your fingers in the middle of your between your eyebrows. 54 times. Complete breathe out. Fill in. And very slowly feeling the calm. Breathe out. Close your right nostril. From Chandra Nadi. First breathe out. Complete out. Fill in. Slowly. Ice melting around you. Think of the water flowing from your head to toe. It is like Abhishek of a statue. After this, one does 108 times from both nostrils. We'll skip that. Do Anulom Vilom. We'll make a slight change this time. I believe past 2 months there has been some practice. So this 5-6 seconds you are taking in, try holding the breath for a couple of seconds, not more than that, and then leave from right. So start from Chandranadi left, leave from right, in from right, there, exhale from left. But after every inhalation, couple of seconds holding breath is required. Do not do more than that. Holding breath is called as kumbhak, and kumbhak is something which has to be practiced in pranayam with Jalandhar Bandh to avoid other uh, pressures on your nerves. So we will not be holding for more time. Okay, so do it 3 times. Anulom Vilom. We had learned the technique of deep breathing is more important to have a complete breathing out. We take impure air, we take oxygen, and with impurities from our body and rest of the air, we breathe out. If we do not exhaust fully, then we are using a very low capacity of our oxygen absorption. This simple thing, this correction of breathing itself will solve many of the health issues. Also energy levels. So next is Ujjayi. Three times. You can do it 5 times, 7 times, any number of times. Why odd number of times? I am not aware. This has been told to me, and there is no harm in following that. So we do Ujjayi. I showed Bhastra Ujjayi last time, which is with very high energy. So you know Ujjayi is with friction. And you go on increasing speed of this. Those who can easily may do it. People with high blood pressure, hypertension should not do it without assistance from someone to guide you. But Vastra Vijay, so asthmatic problems, bronchitis, things sticking to your respiratory tract. To melt that, this will be useful, but this creates a lot of heat. So, yeah, does not come without side effects. There will be a bit of heat problems if you do this in excess. We'll do Urdu Ujjayi. We remember that this was the lower part of Ujjayi is where you consider your stomach cough is getting cleared, the mid one where chest is getting cleared, and now we'll do the upper one 3 times. Third time again, your imagination has to be that you have to think your cough is getting cleared in your sinus cavities. Vibration moves from your base of throat to top of your head. So if you remember the theory behind it, that this is a heat creating thing, this helps your heart, this helps energizing you. We have to do something which is cooling after this, which is shitari. Sheath is cold. Teeth clenched, tongue pushing your teeth. Breathe out from nose slowly. 3 times. After last, you remember last of any kriya, you can do that complete breathe out, hold, breathe in, and very slow breathing out to enjoy the calm. After that, Agnisar. After this session, people can let me know near the end how many of you are being able to do Agnisar. Agnisar is you are breathing out completely. Pull your stomach as much behind as possible and jerky throwing of the belly outside. You are giving forceful strokes to your solar plexus. Okay, so we'll try and do as many as you can without breathing in. Ideal is 54, but don't push. So breathe out. Push your knees and pull back. I believe you remember Vayusar, but people have missed it. You make a beak, a straw of your mouth like this. Breathe in slowly, and near the end, instead of breathing in, you gulp that air in your stomach. And then exhale. Do it 2-3 times and then 3 times. And then you massage your stomach, you tap your stomach and see if you can burp the gas, excess gas you have taken. We'll do Brahmari. So ears above your eyebrows, below your eyes. Okay. Now some clarification. If you see my neck is bent down when I'm doing Brahmari. That hum becomes better if your neck is bent down. Ideally, Jalandhar Bandh is better, like your chin is touching your chest, but slight bent down neck also is good enough, whatever is comfortable. So let's close. You are completely insulating sound from you. And 3 times we'll do Brahmari. Neck bent down. Breathe in. Make your neck straight first. Remove your fingers and then your thumb. Exactly reverse to your closing the outlets. Let's do Omkar. Eyes closed, posture corrected, straighten your spine. Breathe out. The darkness, temple, everything you are doing yourself. Focus within, focus from outside. Gunjan of Omkar, I'm coming through the universe, everything. Breathe out. Sham. Middle of the river. Dark. Flowing water. Calm. Slow flowing water around. Water is up to my eye level. My eyes are just above water. While doing this, your eyes are closed, but in your imagination, in your dharana, your eyes are. Anyway, it's dark around. So flowing water. Can't even feel the temperature difference. You are facing the flow. Sun is about to rise. And you see some light, some rays coming through white clouds in the horizon. Edges of cloud taking crimson red golden color. Clouds are colored and some rays are flowing through. Look at the whole scene. Since some light is there, you realize that this is a very broad, very wide river. At least half a kilometer on your left and right. Flowing straight towards east direction, where sun is rising. Both banks of the river with the lush green dense forest. As the river goes straight, I see that the banks are like two lines which are coming close to a point. See it in the three-dimensional view. The distance, the banks seem to be merging. Tip of sun is just showing above the water. And as your eyes are close to the water level, you see reflection and the color of sun, clear reflection, color of the clouds around, everything reflected. You see more clearly the trees. Some are shrubs, some are very tall, grown trees. Some trees have branches which are bending over the river. You see a branch which is very close, almost touching the water. It comes down and then it goes up. A little bit of breeze and the branch may sway and actually touch water. Sun is rising, almost half is visible above the water level and looks full to me due to the reflection. Absolute calm, mirror like water surface. Something drops, circular ripples. We are likening the water to our mind. And when we have anger, resentment, stress, there are ripples. It is nature of water, nature of physics to come to equilibrium. You see the ripples, the bigger waves in the beginning and they become much smaller as the circles become larger and it again becomes calm. Imagine 3, 4 such ripples around you. If you get agitated due to ripples, you would move, you try to move away, causing more turbulence. Look at the reflection of the sun in the ripples. Now I can't see the whole sun. There's one half and other half is all disturbed, calm water again. Sun is rising. The full sun is visible. As this happens, the water level also is growing and you get submerged. Absolute calm. Uh, Close your eyes. Peace. So, did people get time to go through the couple of messages I sent? I will cover the. I'll go over the summary of the same thing. So this is about. So all of us have some anger, some insults, some sense of injustice that has happened in the past, resentments, frustrations. We carry things like that I should have done so and so, and it did not happen. If I had done this, then I would be somewhere else. And these are the ripples which we sustain. We try to attack the ripples, like the ripples in water which we saw, and we try to stop them with your hands. You're creating more ripples, you're creating more turbulence. So some some of the issues that are there in our mind may not be actually realistic. These are created due to one wrong thinking, one wrong way of thinking, one wrong thought. Like the example I gave, that the person who thought that it's the house. So yeah, I'll go over the story if you have not read it. That this husband and wife, they are both working hard. They are staying in a rented place. They're staying in a row house where there are some houses to their left, some are to their right, and the man has gone for work, traveling, and he's coming back. Meanwhile, his wife is negotiating deals for buying the house. It has been their dream to buy a house since many years, and finally they have collected money. She is trying to negotiate. When he is coming, she is just going out, and she has to travel. So they just meet at the doorway. They are crossing path, and then she tells him that, by the way, the deal is done. The house on the right is ours. In 1 month's time, we are going to get it. So he looks at his right. He says, "Wow, fantastic! This house, I have always liked it. Such nice garden." And what he liked was the large windows. He liked a clear view from his window, his bedroom window. And he started imagining himself in that place, and he was thinking that how he would be living, how he would be decorating this house. While he was doing that, the person who was staying there, the strong fat guy, who he sees that he's planting a tree just next to the window. This is a fast growing tree. Now this man thinks that, okay, now once that tree grows in a month's time, it will be coming to the window. It will be covering some part of my window view. He did not like this window view covered. So he got upset. He said that, like, why is this guy doing it? Anyway, he's going to move out in 1 month. Why is he disturbing my view? But he did not want to fight with that guy. He just thought that I'll just make change. I will plant it elsewhere once this guy moves. So when he's gone, our hero, he takes out the sapling, digs another hole somewhere else at a little distance, and plants it there. It's a small sapling. Next day morning, when comes out, he sees that the sapling is again back next to the window. Now he's really angry. That he says that, okay, I'm not disturbing, I have not fought with the guy. I've taken efforts of placing it somewhere else. Why is he moving here? Day by day, his anger starts growing. Every day, what he does is he digs out, makes another hole, puts the sapling there. The sapling is, meanwhile, it does not stop growing, right? Because there is water, there is clay around. So, and now the resentment, the anger is increasing. He's thinking that what does this guy think? He's doing this on purpose. And my house, why is he disturbing it? So finally, one day, and as this goes on, his efforts of digging and making a hole, all these are like much more exhausting now. Finally, one day he decided that no, I'm going to settle this. He takes a stick, hides it behind his back, and he says, I'm going to confront this guy. If required, we will fight. He's lost sleep over this small issue that, okay, where the guy is planting the tree. Because basically, it's my place. My place, why should he be disturbing? And the day he starts shouting at him and says that why are you planting it there? Fortunately, just that time his wife walks in and he says, hey, why are you fighting with him? He says, why is he planting that tree below the window, below my window? I do not like it. It is going to cover my view. And every day I am taking it, putting it elsewhere. This guy is arrogantly putting it back in the same place. She says, but why should you bother what he does with his house? He said, but in a week, this is going to be our house, right? She said, no, it's the other side. And then they realized that, okay, when she said right side of the house, it was her right. You will find out that in our life, we make so many such small assumptions which start and then they grow into, the seed grows into a poisonous tree. And it actually spoils life. It has spoiled married lives, it has spoiled business relations due to one small assumption that, so something like, there are people, there are things which do not happen the way you expect. But if you assign that with this was done purposely to trouble me, that one single thought will grow into a massive thing and the relation will be broken. So about anger, people, I mean, this kind of misconception is common, but what is even more common is when people feel that there has been injustice. They have been so nice to someone and they did not reciprocate accordingly. And this anger, this resentment, people carry for a very long time. I'll give you an actual example that I was working in my first job and there was a engineer who used to come to help us with some installations. And we had gone out for some chai pani and he told me his biggest issue in his life, something which was actually uh, putting him down. So he was intelligent, he studied well, and he missed his engineering seat by 1 mark, the merit seat. While his neighbor, his friend, was not that bright, he was not that hardworking, but his father bought a seat for him. It's a paid seat. And he was carrying this hurt kind of forever. It has been so many years now, he's working somewhere. Yeah, maybe he's thinking that his salary would be more if he was an engineer, qualified engineer. And that degree is making difference. But every time he would remember that and he is feeling bad. He's carrying that load along with him. So I asked him, so what have you done? You are more intelligent, you said, right? So what did you do for your intelligence? He said, no, I was born with it. So I said, you were luckier in the intelligence department when you were born. The other guy was luckier in money department when he was born. What is there? Okay, a simple change in thought. And he smiled. And that he just threw that baggage after that. And this simple interaction made us very close friends. So he was from some community where people are born with different beliefs, different food habits. But the friendship became close. He attended one of my meditation camps. After that, he became vegetarian for a few years. I don't know after that what happened. So another example I had given, someone had asked me that that these people, they are behaving so badly. The person was so angry, he was using strong words. These chivalrous people, I have done so much, and they are behaving this way with me. So first of all, so the example I gave him was that someone throws a dead rat in your uh, yard and it starts stinking. Do you want to carry the rat with you? Would it be wise to carry the rat, keep it in your pocket, so that when you get chance, when that person comes back, you are going to throw it back in his house? It does not come back for 3 days. What will you do? The rat will not stop rotting. The more you carry it with you, it is going to increase its stink. And best thing is, yes, if you want to settle, do justice, do it right away. If you can't, then just throw the dead rat. Don't keep it with you. Another interesting story, which is my favorite, and this is not my own, the others were like made up stories. This is something which I had read, that there was a senior monk, the guru, and his disciples, they were walking. They come across a stream, a muddy stream. It's pretty dirty, but they have to go through it. And he sees a girl uh, with full gown, a beautiful gown, which is almost touching her feet, standing there wondering, how am I going to cross this without hurting my dress? A small girl. So the guru, what he does is he just lifts her, walks through the stream, and puts her on the other side. So this girl, with an attitude, just shows his hand and walks without saying any thanks or even a smile. This or similar incidences happen to many of us who believe or who want to be nice to people. And sometimes people may not reciprocate. So they're walking. The disciple really doesn't like this. He says that what kind of girl she is. My respected guru, he, without asking, he has lifted her, taken her to the other side, and without saying thanks, she shows attitude. What kind of girl is she? So he's thinking about it. This goes on. After an hour, he cannot control himself, and he asks his guru. He says, "What kind of girl she was? You lifted her, you dropped her there, and she did not even say thanks to you." So Guru said, "Oh, so you are still carrying her? I dropped her long back." So the moment he dropped her, that incident was over. There is no way you can change your past, and so there is no point carrying this material. You need to clear your recycle bin to have more space for your positive work. So it is best. So you so there are some people who have this what do you call them? A ritual of saying Michami Dukadam, that is asking for forgiveness to everyone. So the whole point of this is that you want to clear all your burdens and you want to help others. So Michami Dukadam also just means that forgive me. Actually, it is uh, underutilized or misused term. The whole thing says that first of all, I am forgiving everybody, and may others also forgive me. So people just leave out that I am forgiving everybody because that is a more difficult part where I have to do something. Asking people to do something is very easy. So when I am saying that I am forgiving everybody, basically I am clearing all junk that I am carrying with me. Imagine you carrying 10 kg on your back every day and doing all your work. You sit on your computer, you are in your business, you are walking, you are climbing, all throughout you are carrying 10 kg of a bag on your back. Will you be the most efficient? No. You need to throw the baggage. So, any questions, any thoughts on this? Because usually people ask things like, yeah, but then what so and so has done was really wrong. Yeah, you can unmute and ask if you have a question or anything to discuss. So we will do a meditation which is actually targeted for clearing your blood pressure issues, but that is something where we are actually going to see your stresses, your resentments, anger, thoughts of revenge being deleted or going down.
Parag,
Yeah.
when we are doing the meditation, and when you say that you try to hear the sound of Gunjan, somehow I'm not able to. I see all the letters floating of Om, but I cannot. Means I am trying, but I can't hear Gunjan. I see all the letters of Om from across, but I am not able to.
That is okay. You have to try and think of that. That is not a point of success or measure of success. So you need not worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But if you can get that kind of, are you practicing Omkar every day? Once it becomes part of you, that without saying Omkar, imagining Omkar will become easier.
Okay. Okay.
And as once you start practicing, your Omkar will be longer. And as it is your last, becomes like a imaginary Gunjan. So that will come. It's been hardly, I think, 7-8 weeks since we started. So yeah, I think we have progressed pretty fast. People may take years to be able to imagine and be there in that situation. Yeah. Anything?
No, thanks.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to discuss something? Again, Omkar, people should not miss out that the vibration starts from the Muladhara. Okay, so this direction you should not forget. It should not just become a sound of ma. It is. So in that story also, where the person was removing tree and placing it somewhere, what was the biggest mistake that he was doing was he thought it was his house. And once, so finally we come down to same thing. People may say that why is this guy coming to same point again and again? It comes to who am I, what is mine, and if he understood that it was not his, or we took so many examples. If we understood that the tree you are trying to plant is made of plastic, you would not have anxiety why the tree is not growing. So understanding, having a clear, correct understanding of situation, yatharth understanding, is something which will solve lot of problems. Understanding that this is rope and not snake, for sure, is going to remove your fear, anxiety. So I see a lot of parents. Okay, I mean, there are early ages of when your kids are young. There are no problems. It's all enjoyable. After a stage, friction starts. Your expectations and what they do, and people are completely frustrated. They think what my child is doing, what is he doing, and gives you so much stress. And finally, they give up. So, and they give up gracefully, understanding that okay, he's not mine actually. He's independent. And yes, I have a responsibility as a parent of doing whatever best I can, but I cannot make his future. If this is accepted, the stress will be lesser. And if you do it with grudge, then people keep complaining that, okay, my son got spoiled, and after marriage, he became this and that, and it was a bad influence. People will keep crying on that. So the whole point of the thing is understanding the object, the physics of it, that who am I, what is the object, what are its properties, and once you understand that nothing can be done about something, then there is no stress associated with it. So nothing can be done. Does that look like a weakness? That I can't do anything to someone else. I know that there were a doctor couple who went to Adivasi areas, some village, and uh, dedicated their life. Initially, they were beaten by people there. There were fake cases of stealing and rape on them to prevent them doing good work in the village. Okay, and they were frustrated, but they continued. Point is, wanting to do good thing is a great thing. But can you be sure that people will be helped? That is their own fate. So if I cannot control anybody else, is it a weakness? Let me tell you a strength. In the same breath, you should understand that nobody else can do anything to your fate. And you are boss of your own fate. So just like you can't do anything to someone else, nobody else can spoil your happiness. Now imagine somebody has been so bad and I'm hurt about it. Does it not sound really crazy or stupid that why someone who is according to you not good be so easily able to spoil your happiness? You are giving him the button of your happiness in a person's hand whom you believe to be not a good person. So first of all, one should think that, yeah, what they are doing, this is their problem. In fact, there is another story that I tell about which has reference to rebirth, but I will give the story anyway. It's not a story; it's a case basically that you are a part of. You have finished your education. You are going to give interview, and there is going to be a group discussion. In group discussion, based on your communication, they are going to select some people. You go there early. You see the notice board, and you see that communication, argument, logic. There are going to be points for that. There are going to be minus 10 points for every rude statement, every abuse. You see that, you go there, then many other people come, and a hot discussion starts. And in the heat of discussion, someone starts abusing you, starts shouting, making rude remarks. Would you get angry with him? Definitely not, because you know that what he is doing is spoiling his own chances. It is spoiling his life, his career. If at all you'll feel pity for him, that okay, this guy was my friend and I wanted him also to get a good job. What he's doing, I mean, you may at the most pity him. So people who have been bad to you, who have been insulting to you, who have cheated you, are the people who are actually spoiling their true happiness. And if rebirth is there, then they may get a horrible birth of an insect or worse kind of things. Or some situation where it is really painful. So what they are doing is actually spoiling their own life by doing something so negative, by showing anger to you, by showing. I know a case where a boy filed a case against his own mother for some property dispute. Do you think this can happen overnight? No, he must have thought that no, I need to get this, I need to get this. He must have talked with his friends, family, some other people, some influence makers, wife, that this ideally this much should be ours and what is given is only so much. Must have had sleepless nights, painful time. It's not so easy that you just go and file a case. Built a lot of hatred and anger, and then he went and filed a case against his own mother. Now, Do you think he was happy by doing all this? Even if he gets this property and little more from his mother, the years that he fought case, the great amount of negativity that he carried, this will convert. I know that many doctors believe that mind has a great role in your health. These are the things which will come out as diabetes, blood pressure, cancer, so many other things. There's a book called You Can Heal Everything, where the author claims that a lot of your diseases are because of the kind of baggage that you are carrying. So you may say that it is not very easy. We'll try doing some exercises, some meditation where we try to make it easier. But first of all, you have to understand it is futile to do this, futile to carry that baggage. If somebody has done something very wrong, cheated, are you willing to go and rob his house? If you are not, if you can, okay, go ahead and do something, finish the matter. But that is not going to give you peace and calm. Just deleting that part from your hard drive is going to create more space for positive things. You have so much to there is so much knowledge, there is so much knowledge to be gained, so much beautiful music to be downloaded, so many bhajans to be downloaded, and you are keeping space with some dirty material, then that is something which is not making sense. Okay, so if people have any questions, anything to discuss, we discussed. Some people were not there last couple of times. We very strongly, I can say, rejected pure bhakti, saying that bhakti makes you blind to logic, and you have to use logic in spirituality or in anything. We gave example that if I say that all of you give me $1 million, and after 5 years I will give you returns, and in the meantime you just show trust. Trust me. You would not do it. You would want regular reports. You would want complete transparency. Similarly, you would not want your daughter, someone from your family, to be going to a house of supposed saint where doors are closed, he is alone, nobody else is there, and you can't see what is happening inside, and she is to stay there for a week. You would be much more comfortable if there is a person who has complete, it's a glass house, everything can be seen, and there are no doors and windows. If your daughter goes there, you would have no stress. So if you want transparency, if you want logic, if you want detailed answers to every question and everything else in life, why leave spirituality alone? Okay, so this I thought was something which is kind of ground shaking for many people, because 99% of spirituality that is sold comes with trust. Don't use logic. Trust. Just believe me. Samarpan. Just give up everything and be with me. Yeah. So anything before we do final Omkar? No? Any question? People need to unmute and then ask. No questions, no objections is not a great sign. I mean, it's not a sign of my success. It's basically, if people have given thought, there would be questions. Okay, breathe out. Thank you, guys.